Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Kelly Cat. Hi, Raquel. How are you, my friend? I hope you're doing well. We need to chat. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Did you cook the turkey? Today, I don't know if you watched the last live I did, but we did a decoupage on fabric, and I used just bits and pieces of whatever scraps of Christmas I'd had over the years. And today we're going to put them on this bookbox that I got from Michael's. Oh, you did? How did that taste? I've never tried one smoked. We should try one smoked. But I got this from Michael's and it was 70% off. So we're going to use this to, I guess, decoupage on it. And I want to use this piece of WoodUBend to do the side, because the other sides are kind of paper. So what I did first, oh, I bet it was. So what I did was I cut out a piece of paper. You're actually going to be seeing me use a lot of these because I bought these for my grandson. And he's not using them anymore. So I thought, well, what better way to use them than for my crafts? So I measured this and I gave it a little bit extra on the sides. So let me move this out of the way. And I made a couple of lines. Now, I did make one major mistake. And that was, I thought I was using my Flexion pen, but it turned out I was not. But hopefully it won't mess up my plans. Now, the other thing is, if you didn't watch the, and I'm just cutting this up, if you didn't watch my prior live, this is a transfer paper. This is from IOD. I used a transfer paper, and I also applied it to my textile. And this is just a sheet that I had. Good morning, Hazel. How are you? So this is going to be one side. And then I'm going to move it to the side so that I can cut the second piece. Now, there were a couple of things that I did notice. I just want to make sure that this is right. Yeah, that looks right. Now, it may look slanted only because my paper was slanted. A couple of things I noticed. That when I used the Mod Podge decoupage to textiles, I got better results than when I used the white glue. It could be me. I'm not sure. I'm just trying to keep the lines straight here. And don't throw this out because you can use them in your decoupage paper books. You can make postcards out of these. You can make pockets. So I'm not throwing these away. So that's one that's completely done. And I wanted my front to have this Christmas tree and the gingerbread. So let me just, oh, and I need to cut this side and I didn't make a line. So just give me 1 second. I thought I was all done. I just want to also introduce myself for those that don't know me. My name is Rima Bechara, and I started this live. I'm going to make sure I use my Flexion pen. Frexion. Pen. And I'm just going to cut this side as well. And my desk is terribly small. I do lives on Facebook once a week. On Wednesdays, typically. Oh, where did I do the other one? I knew I'd get lost somewhere. Let me do it on a piece of white section. And this is a great way of also decoupaging if you've got a lot of scraps and a piece of material. I am using my Frexion. Why do I have problems with that word? And let me do it up to here. And I'll cut this out. How are you, Hazel? I hope you had a good night last night. And then I just want to be able to pick out what part of this, and I know the part that I want for this section. So I've never done this before, I just want to admit. But I found that I learned quite a bit. Oh, I'm glad. Okay, so I can move this one out of the way. So now I have the two pieces that I am interested in. They don't look the same, but... And the first one, I want to make sure that my tree is in there. So let's see what or where we're going to cut. I just want to make sure. I'd like to get this in. So let's see how much of it we can get in. Yeah, about here is right. And as you can see, I can't draw straight and I can't cut straight. Now you could do this on the back if you prefer. I'm doing it on the front because I want to make sure I get the pieces I want. If I had more time, I would have done it on the back. as well. Oh, now I've lost my piece. Well, that's okay because I know this is going to measure almost 14 inches. No, more than that. Yeah, no, almost 14, so I was right there. So let's do this again. And I want to measure 14 from here. Yep, and that looks right too. So as I said, you can use these for postcards. Or for your junk journals. Someone said to me that you can use them for wrapping paper, but I think it might be too hard to do, at least for me. So you could cut this up and just do whatever. To, from, you could put a piece of cardstock, glue it on, and you can send it off. Hello, Betty. How are you? And the transfer, I'm curious to see how that's going to work into our design. Do not throw any scrap pieces. 1 second, I'm just checking something here. I thought I turned this on. Good morning, Lynn. How are you? How's Holly? Okay. So that's the first one. And I think my cutting was a bit off, but we can fix that. And now we're going to figure out what I want to see on the back. And did I lose my paper? I'm always losing things. No, there it is. I want... Oh, okay, that's good. So now you can relax. It is icy. I'm glad we didn't get the snow either. But I'm a bit sick of this and we haven't even started. I think I would like maybe some of this. Maybe do here. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, I kind of like that. We've got little girls and boys, so let me get my pen again. Good morning, Lori. How are you? We're finishing the book box material of the textile. And I'll measure 14 inches from here. And I can put this away. We have an angel. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you? And then 14 inches. And Okay. We'll just cut these up. Put this away where it belongs so I don't lose any more things. Oh, you're never late. You're never late, Elizabeth. And this is another one you can use for a postcard or for an envelope or a pocket. I'm not too savvy with decoupage paper. Not decoupage paper, but with junk journaling. So this will be for the back. Thank you, Betty. I appreciate that. And this one, oh, this is the back of the bottom. Must make sure we're doing this right. This is for the back. And this is for the front. Just want to make sure we're both lined up the same way. You know my brains. Please, if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would. I need 9 more for 500 and it's taking me forever. And if you could make a comment and put a like. Okay. So now I'm just checking to make sure I have this all the way around. I'm going to start with the bottom piece actually. Only because I think it makes a lot of sense to do that. And the first thing I'm going to do is make sure I have this lined up here. And I have equal distance on both sides. So let me just glue that on. And I forgot to get, oh, this is my 3-in-1. Let's get some Fabri-Tac. I need some clips as well. Is this blocked? It looks like it might be. And I'll just grab those clips. I meant to pick them up yesterday. I don't know if this is dry, but we shall soon find out. So this is the back, and I'm going to squeeze it and squeeze it, and nothing happens. I think I'm going to throw this one out. I can't be bothered waiting for it. Let me just grab my clamps because the paper is a bit stiff. And these clamps are from Dollar Tree. Thank you so much. I hope that's strong enough. If not, I've got better ones. Let's see if this one works. And we're just going to hopefully not mess up. If that's going to be a problem, then what I'm going to do is use my 3-in-1 What is wrong with these glues? They don't want to move. Well, I'll forget that one too. I mean, I can see it in there. I just don't have the patience to wait for it. Okay, let's see this one. And I'm just spreading it all over. And this is my 3-in-1. I don't know if it works for textiles, but we'll make it work. Okay, so we said, what did we say? This is the top, and what did I do? Now, because I made a huge boo-boo with my Frixion pen, I could also put some ribbon. I just want to do this, and that's, well, I better wait for a few minutes just so that I can make sure it's more or less glued down. I'm rushing it. I don't want to rush it. So I'm just making sure that it's getting attached. And also when you're doing this, just remember to push as much as you can towards the book box itself so it doesn't move. And let me see if now I can do this. And then I'll put more oh, it's moving on me. I think this is the point where it is moving, and it has moved, so I just want to bring it back closer. I'm afraid of turning it around before it's completely stuck. And I don't want to fold, and I can't put anything else really. I don't know if that's come off. I think it has come off. Yeah, it has. What I should have done is folded it first. It does keep coming off, so let me see if we can start with this one. Yeah, the paper came out. I'm very happy with the paper, but it's just those small edges that's bothering me. And on this one, I'm just going to glue it all over. And whilst we're waiting for the other one to dry out, I think I'm going to pour some and get a brush. A not so good brush. Let me see if I have one. I have tons of no good brushes. I'm just going to do this. That would be faster than waiting for it to, unless it dries. I should concentrate on the center. And I'm going to add a little bit more. I have another bottle if this one doesn't come out. I don't like having glue problems, but I guess we may have. This could turn out to be a flop, in which case it will not stay on YouTube. It will disappear. What else can go wrong, you say? Well, a lot of things. And as I said earlier, this is my first time trying this out. But I find when you try things out for the first time, all the mistakes you make are learned experiences. Yeah, I should get that. But I just want to make sure. And I'm folding the edges here. Now, oh, I'm sure, Betty, thank you for saying that. I'm folding this here as well. And as I said, to camouflage my error of not realizing I was using a non-flexion pen. Now maybe we can turn it over because that worked out much better than the other one. Now, this one does not seem to want to bend over the way I want it, but that's okay because, as I said, look at it. It moved, and I don't want to remove it, but what we'll do is what I planned, which is to put lace or a ribbon, but I am going to remove it actually and do it the same way as I did the first one. Okay, so you think, so I'm just going to remove this. Don't do what I first did, which is glue this on the way I did. I need to remember to keep it the same side, right? Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm not making those noises, it's my thing. Okay. So, lesson number 1. Don't start off struggling with it like I did. Just put it on and move the glue around. And it's okay if it goes on the sides because I want it folded down. And make sure you cover everything because if you don't, you're going to get bubbles. I'm just smoothing it out because I noticed with the first one, I had a lump somewhere. Just want to move a little bit so that it... Okay, I'm going to leave this to dry. Don't tell me I did it wrong. No, it's right. I would have been so upset if I did it wrong. Okay, let's get the WoodUBend that I showed you. That I don't know what I did with. One second. I know I put it away after I showed it to you, and I don't know. Oh, there it is. I'm just going to fold edges so that we can prepare for the WoodUBend on the back. Now, as I said, I am going to put WoodUBend here, and that's why I brought this over, so that we don't end up with a gap. So the WoodUBend would go like this. And we're going to paint it. Now, the color I thought of for the WoodUBend is, well, there's a few. I want to use pigments. There's a lot of red in here, so I thought of mixing these two. One's an orange red and the other one is a pink red. Or we could do green. Or we could do pale gold or lemon gold. Sorry, Byzantine gold or lemon gold. So I'm not quite sure which one I want to do. Let me put this one back and upside down. And there's a holder here. So I'm thinking of the gold because it goes with everything. And the other reason I'm thinking of the gold is there is a reason. The lace is gold. So I think I'm going to do a mix of both of those golds. Now, typically you don't have to paint this first, but I'm going to use a red. What can I use? I can use any color I want. Let's do black. And I have a yucky brush, so let's see which black. I'm going to use Payne's Gray. Yes, I think so, Betty. And you don't have to paint your WoodUBend, but I'm going to. I think metallics under black always look much better. And I used the Master's Touch Payne's Gray. I'm just squirting it on here. Let me just put this here, because that way I won't mess up my surface. And as I said earlier, these sheets I got courtesy of my grandson. I used to put them on the floor when he'd come and eat. Because, you know, floors, kids kind of like throwing foods on the floor. Not foods, but food, singular. Make sure when you're using the WoodUBend that you go in all the grooves because it is detailed. Now, the other thing I learned from doing this is that next time I would probably choose a textile that's thinner than bed sheets. Or at least this bed sheet, because it was, I might try it with cheesecloth actually. And definitely, as I said earlier, I would use the Mod Podge for textiles, or the Mod Podge for textiles, or the Pentart Mod Podge for textiles, which I did not try because this was a rather large area. I wanted to make sure I get I didn't think I had enough textile medium from Pentart. Well, as it turns out, I didn't have enough Mod Podge either, so that sent me off to the glue. So when you're doing this, just make sure I'm always missing something, and I can't be the only one. I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to do the edges as well. Yeah, I think it would. Lightweight muslin, but I didn't have any, Betty, so I used what I have, and the only way to find out if it's going to work is to do this. I'm just pouncing. I have quite a bit of paint on my brush, so I'm just pouncing it in. I need to make sure the edges are done as well. Let me just dry that so that I can hold it. Yes, it is. I can see a small spot here. Let's add a little bit more because I see some places. And when my WoodUBend is bending as I heat it up. And I'm going to do the edges as well. And just go through it, make sure I don't have any empty spots, any missing spots. So I apologize if you can't see what I'm doing. And yep, here and here. Let me just add a little bit more. Just need a touch more for the edge. I need to make sure also my hands are clean for touching the fabric. Okay. Just a little, oh, I see some places here. And I'm going to leave this to dry for a bit, and we'll work on the book again. Let me just make sure my hands are clean. I don't want to touch first my material and these two. There is another. Oh, there it is. I also got this Fabric Fusion. I've never used it. It's a double-ended fabric adhesive. So I thought I would try that out. And maybe that might work better. But I just want to make sure my hands are clean. This is still spraying. I don't want, after all this work, to end up with black areas on my paper. Okay, let's see how this works. So I'm going to open this up. And, oh, this is neat. I think I like this end. I hope there's nothing stuck at the bottom. Nope. This is a new thing for me. I've never used it before. Let's see if we can fold this over. And I'm folding. And I think that the amount of the fold might be too much, but like I said, I am going to put lace on here. Let's put some of these. Maybe those will help. Oops. Might need another one of these because we have quite a few. I'll get some more. Yeah, I need to get a few more of these. And I will show you what I'm doing. Hold on. I have a couple more, I think. So let's put one here and one here. Look at that. This feels like a surgical operation. Look, to make sure they're all pushed down. Yeah, I'm going to keep these on for a while. And the other thing I want to do, why did I glue the paper instead of the decoupage? Why did I glue the paper? You mean on textiles? As opposed to, Elizabeth, can you can you expand a little bit on this? Because I'm not sure I understand what you mean. I'm slitting the ends right here. And I'm going to apply more it's hard to show you, but hopefully this. It's a textile box. And I glued it because I'm using fabric. It's box. It's wood, but it's made of fabric. Does that make sense? The cover is fabric, and I'll show you what I mean now. Okay, this is fabric. This here is fabric. And I'm gluing it on because it's fabric and fabric. And I don't think that decoupage would be strong enough for this. I'm just going to put some tape to hold it. No, this is fabric. It's decoupaged fabric. I did it last week and 2 weeks ago on YouTube. Okay. And I just thought it would be fun to, I mean, you could definitely probably do, oops, decoupage on this fabric. Okay, let's see how this is doing. If you were doing this, I would give it more time than I'm giving it. But I also wanted to try something new, which you can use also for junk journaling. This keeps slipping, I apologize for the slipping. And I applied again my pen, and I really like this pen, actually, especially for little pieces like this. And I'm going to hold it down with some tape, just like this one. Oops. This is what's making it slip, but and I'm just prepping this for my WoodUBend. Okay, I've got some more that I can do here. I'm just going to cut this off because I want to fold it over. And do the same over here. Cut this off and cut this off. So I'm just folding over the other edges, and I want to check if this is all done. See? It needs a little bit more, but I can do that off camera. It's not perfectly straight, but the lace will make it straight. Just want to remove this. And this here. And do this. This is down here. See, also the other thing is I didn't pay attention to how much I had here and how much I had here. So I messed things up. Can you, I don't know if you can see now what I'm doing. So let's put, sorry, I'm going to put some of these on here. I don't think you can see, so I'm going to move it forward. And let's do the other side. Yeah, but I want to, because I want to, I'm trying it out. I might, you know, if it was any other, um, if I was doing this for the second time, I probably would, Betty. But because it's my first time doing it, I wanted to try out different things and see what works and what doesn't work, or what could be easier. I mean, on here you could probably decoupage a whole piece of you could put molds, you could put if I was to do it again, I probably first of all wouldn't use this fabric. I would use a lighter weight one, and I probably wouldn't decoupage this over here, no. No, that's the cover. That's the cover. Okay, so let's paint. So now I've done one part. And you could even add a piece of this leftover decoupage inside as well. I mean, there's so many things that you could do with the leftovers. Let me cover. Where is the cover for this? But for example, I discovered that I really like this fabric fusion pen, and maybe others will try it. Okay, so let's get our... I'm going to move this out of the way because I'm going to be painting the... I think I'm going to be painting this, even though I still see parts of it are wet. It is, yeah. I'm just going to dry this a little bit. And mix. No worries. Have a wonderful day, Lori. Thank you. It's still a bit sticky. Now, I'm going to paint it all in gold, and then I'm thinking of highlighting it with a bit of green. So let's see how that works. Let me get... and I'm going to mix... This is the Byzantine gold, and I'm going to mix it with the lemon gold. And I'm running out of both. And look at how magnificent this looks. Liquid gold. Mix it well. Typically, I would mix it in a container, but I don't want to go out looking for one now. And the advantage of pigments is you can make them as you go. They don't smell. And you can make them... Yeah, I love those mixed together. And you can mix your own colors. You can also store it for up to a week or sometimes longer, as long as you mix it really well when you reopen it. You can also make it as thick or as thin as you want. In other words, you can make it into a wash or you can make it into a paint. Just make sure that you're mixing it really well. And I know I made too much, but I'm sure I'll find something to put over it. But look at that. Just doing this. And you're mixing it with infuser, so it's a sealer. So you're instantly sealing your pigment. If you get the copper and the silver, you can mix those to make a rose gold. And again, all your edges. Now you can leave some dark areas if you want. And because of the infuser, it dries quickly. Yes, it is. But your gold will, or any metallic, is spectacular under black. So I always tend to do both. Just want to make sure down here is done, and then we'll go over it with I'm pretty sure I want to use the green and not the red. Thank you, Hazel. And when I hold it up like this, I see some areas I have not done. But you know what? You can leave those areas undone with the blacks. Yeah, I think gold is not enough in this particular case. Some of my black is not dry, like here, but that's okay. Don't know where that came from. And I think there is some black showing through, but I'm fine with that. Like right here. She says that she adds some more gold. Okay, and let's do some I think what she meant to say is that gold by itself is not good. This is the green phthalo, which is another pigment. And this one I'm just going to use to highlight. And I am using the same plate. And I'm still mixing. And this one I'll be brushing on. I'll be putting my paint in. My paintbrush, rather. Go over it with gold. It'll dry very quickly. I'll dry it now, Elizabeth. Oh, no, yeah, I know, but for the sake of the live, I can go back and because they don't like us being on here for more than 45 minutes, and I'm already at an hour plus. So I'm going to use this. Dip my brush in. And then offload. This is dry. And I'm just picking up. I might even do a red. I didn't have that much on my brush, so I didn't offload. But look at this. Yeah. No, absolutely. But I don't mind if the black spot shows. I don't know whether I want to add red. Part of me wants to. But let's look at it. And make sure, even when you're highlighting, that you do the edges as well. You don't want to leave anything to look like. Emil, you just interrupted my live again.
So you're done.
I'm sorry. That was my husband interrupting my life again. Okay, let's put these away and let's see what it looks like. Just want to dry it to make sure. My fingers are a mess. Let's see what this book is. Oops, wrong brush. Okay, I'm going to remove these now so that I can do the side. And remove this as well. Now it's not completely stuck on, but with the WoodUBend I will make sure it is. can you? Oh, I've just lost my hold on 1 second because I can't see what I'm doing. Okay. Now I'm just going to see what this looks like. I want it to go this way. Yeah, I know. Yes, I did, Elizabeth. I did hang up because it disrupts my it disrupts my not my thinking. It disrupts the channel. Yeah, he probably, but he's done it so many times to me. Okay, I'm going to put this on. This is wood glue. Can you see? I can't tell if you can see or not. I'm just waiting for it to catch up. Let me see if it'll catch up because I can't see. Yes, it will catch up. It did catch up. Let me just... I'm just going to put some in here. And usually I would have waited for all of this to dry. It could have been important, but he can text me. I'm just going to do... I'm just adding, sorry you can't see me. I was just adding some more wood glue. And then we're going to heat this up. Yes, it will. We'll test it out. Let's heat it. If it doesn't, then it's a bust. I'm just looking to see where... Yeah, I want it going this way. Okay, it's hot. Let's wait till it cools down. Before I attempt to open it. And then off camera, I'll do these sides. Well, I've got two sides left and this one. And I'll put the lace. And let's see if my book box opens. Just waiting for it to cool down a little bit more. There you go. I'm going to put these back on here. One second. I'm just putting the clamps back on. And yes, it does open. I just have to wait. It still needs a bit of cooling down. But look at it. I'll add some lace. And this is it. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you all next week. I will be on Facebook tomorrow, but I'll be back on here. Thank you so much for the hearts. I appreciate that. And I will see you all tomorrow. I'll go call my husband right now. Take care, everyone. Bye.